Hey everyone, here's a cool one for us today. Hi Claire, I've heard you say that nothing is personal, but it's not true. My boyfriend makes me feel so good about myself. He compliments me, says I'm beautiful, and that's because it's me he's talking to. Are you saying there is something wrong with that, or is he lying? No, there's nothing wrong with it at all. It's wonderful. It's wonderful to have compliments, and whether it's in a relationship with a partner, as a parent, as a uh, in our jobs, as an employer, as someone who works with clients. Awesome, wonderful to be complimented, and it's got nothing to do with us. And it's so sun behind me, and it's so hard to hear that, isn't it? It's so because every compliment, and this is why I've got this phrase mini rewards, which is basically the little boosts of pleasure and affirmation and security and worth and value, that keeps us in this constant seeking and means that we're not ever really properly in touch with the person, with the client, with money, with our children, because these mini rewards that we get, so say a boyfriend telling me I'm beautiful, it looks like he's saying I'm beautiful. So it looks like I'm beautiful in that moment. I'm beautiful because he said it. And then when he doesn't say it, then what? Or a client says, "That was great, Claire. I loved that conversation. Thank you." And in that moment, I'm good. I'm a good coach. I'm worthy. I'm valid. I've got purpose. I'm making a difference. And then what happens with the client that turns me down or that says, "I don't understand a single word of what you're saying"? What's happening? Where am I then? And this is the roller coaster that we're on when really our life, and me in this with everybody, when our life is an attempt to use external input to secure this sense, this believed idea of me, this sense of me as total identification with my body, with my mind, with my emotions, with my work, with my parenting ability, with how much money I earn, with the impact I'm making. As long as that idea of me is unquestioned, then I am craving these mini rewards. They're a drug to me. I have to have them. And when they're taken away, I'm crashing and I'm flailing around. I'm trying to get my hit again because it's like death. It's like what am I? Who am I without this um these 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 fixes that bolster me up? And so it sounds harsh, this, but it's ultimately freedom, in that we, through hanging out in the areas of our life that challenge, that create discomfort, um, that bring about a sort of survival reaction, that seem to undermine all sense of what we identify with, what of how we pin our worth to. These areas of our life are the greatest gifts, because it's in these areas that the the layers of conditioning, the layers of belief that have created this unquestioned idea of what we are. I am separate from love. I am separate from intelligence. I'm separate from consciousness. I'm separate from life itself. and I lack, I'm limited, I'm not enough, I'm not lovable, I'm not worthy, I'm not complete. That unquestioned idea of us, which is subconsciously held, isn't it? It's held in every cell. It's what has been absorbed by a mind body that is from conception wired for learning, wired for organizing information about a developing idea of self and the world. These areas of our life that challenge that are the gift. And it can begin by seeing the comments, the affirmations, the props, the attention that seems to secure us. Because what is really going on there is that none of this has anything to do with a me. You know, even if someone's saying, Claire, you're beautiful, what so first of all, what his perception of me as beautiful is entirely his, really nothing to do with me. And anyway, even if there is beauty happening here, who did that? Who has created that beauty? No one. So there's perception, which no one is in charge of, words being said, which no one is in charge of, and an appearance, which is entirely dependent on the perceiver for how it looks, again, which no one is in charge of. And so the whole thing is totally impersonal. There's not one single aspect of any of that process that has a separate me involved in it, in making it happen, in controlling it, in not one single bit. So we can be happy for someone. I think, you know, someone says, I think you're beautiful. We can be happy for them that they're having an experience of beauty. Awesome. Great. But who's doing that? Nobody. Same with our work. Exactly the same with our work. If I have a conversation with a client and they say, Claire, that was an amazing conversation. I'm so happy. It's changed so much. I'm so happy. Great. Really glad for that client that they're having that experience, because that's a great experience to have. Who brought that about? Who said those words? No one. No one said the words. Words were said and words were listened to, and there was no independent controlling self in charge of any of that process. So when the truth of us is becomes more and more apparent, all there is the witnessing of that experience. That's it. There's just no one to claim value or ownership or doership in it. It's just happening. And the real irony, the sort of irony of the freedom in this is that the less personal all of this is, so the less it's defended, the less it looks like it's saying something about me and now I'm worthy and now I'm safe, the less that's going on, the more these comments coming in are just information. The information to an information acquiring system that can draw it in, see whether it looks true or not, and act accordingly. So people outside act accordingly, because there's a greater intimacy now with the world and with feedback, and intelligence in form works on feedback, doesn't it? Like all animals, really. It's vital. And because there's no one doing it, there's no one to use this information to construct an idea of myself as worthy or unworthy. It's literally just impersonal information. And so awesome that people think we're beautiful, awesome that people love us and want to hang out with us and work with us and yeah, be our friends, be our lover, be our spouse. Great. It says nothing about us whatsoever. it really doesn't. And as we see that, we're free, we're sane. Yeah, thank you. Lots of love. Bye.